as they raided illicit Chinese massage parlors, part of a massive operation targeting human traffickers and organized crime networks. It was just one of many human trafficking stings taking place across the country, an operation coast to coast, which saw more than 60 victims rescued, including juveniles. Here is the
3:41 a.m. in the heart of Chinatown, New York. Fog clings to the red-tiled roofs. Neon signs buzz in the humidity. A delivery truck idles 30 meters from a storefront marked Harmony Spa. Inside, motion sensors trip without sound. In a surveillance van across Canal Street, Special Agent Carla Moreno watches a heat map bloom across her monitor. 12 silhouettes moving in a building that should be empty. On Channel 4, Los Angeles reports identical activity. San Francisco lights up next. The pattern repeats every 3 minutes. Same signal strength, same geometry. No one can tell what the pings mean, only that something is synchronized. Moreno taps her headset twice. Confirm triangulation. The network looks alive. 3:47 a.m. Department of Homeland Security Cyber Command in Arlington confirms signal correlation with satellite pass 42 Bravo. Bandwidth spikes for 0,8 seconds, origin masked by commercial routers. Analysts pin locations: Manhattan, Flushing, Chicago, San Francisco, Houston. All within Chinatown districts, all transmitting identical encrypted packets. The operations center glows in dim red light. Rows of operators call out bit rates and local times. Immigration and Customs Enforcement liaison. Major Keating checks the line to Federal Bureau of Investigation hostage rescue team. Already on standby, 72 operators spread across 5 cities. "If it's a data move, we're early," he says. Moreno doesn't answer. She watches the pulse intervals narrow. Every beat shortens by a second. Something in the network is counting down. At 4:05 a.m., New York team forms up in a rear alley off Doyers Street. 8 agents in black gear, night optics active, door charges primed. A block away, a drone hovers at 40 meters, camera locked on the spa entrance. The street is quiet except for a rolling metal gate rattling in the wind. Command's order is silent. Light vibration in the comms unit. Go at 03 synchrony. 5 teams, 1 second apart. Each believes the others are hitting parallel targets, identical operations. None know the addresses share a single underground power trunk. When the charge detonates, the flash hits every camera simultaneously. It looks surgical. It isn't. Inside, at 4:06, agents breach smoke-filled rooms lined with massage tables. Plastic curtains sway. Flashlights cut through steam rising from a broken pipe. 2 women crouch behind a counter, hands raised, eyes wide. "Clear left!" someone shouts. Infrared scan shows another heat source under the floor. Breach team Delta 3. Freeze open a hatch. Below, a narrow crawl space extends 30 meters east. The air is hot, electrical. A humming sound vibrates through the metal supports. Servers, dozens of them. Digital forensics team drags cables, plugs portable drives, begins copying data. No one notices the secondary light flicker on a ceiling camera. At 4:09, in the command van, Moreno sees the first transfer spike. File clusters labeled in Mandarin scroll across her screen faster than she can freeze them. "We're live," says a voice from Arlington. "Every copy you make is mirrored outbound." The system they're capturing is also exfiltrating itself. Orders come fast, disconnect physical links, isolate drives, field techs pull plugs, sparks jump. Upstairs, another agent radios that 10 detainees are secure. Confidence builds. Every team reports control achieved. But on the national grid, traffic surges 40%. The network is spreading while they think it's contained. 4:15 a.m., Los Angeles reports success. Warehouse on North Broadway cleared. 6 arrests. Evidence seized. Chicago echoes the same. Analysts overlay footage, identical interiors, same decor, same posters on the walls, 2 identical. One operator zooms on a detail. Each location has the same framed calendar, same date circled in red. "These aren't franchises," Moreno mutters. "They're mirrors." The realization lands too late. In each building, as agents power down computers, embedded sensors transmit a final string, coordinates to an unknown node. Command assumes backup. In reality, it's Command Central. At 4:22, a municipal engineer in New York notices a voltage spike beneath the grid around Bayard Street. The load draw equals a small data center. No such facility is registered. Federal Bureau of Investigation explosive ordnance specialists trace the cable path through a disused storm drain. A three-man element descends with breathing masks, body cams live feed to command. 30 meters in, condensation drips from cables thick as arms. The light catches Chinese characters stenciled along conduit boxes. The tunnel smells of ozone. At 4:28, the lead agent's camera shows a metal door with biometric locks, power indicator green. He calls for breach approval. "Do it," Moreno says. The hydraulic spreader pushes. Metal groans. The door gives way. Inside the underground space, temperature hits 37 degrees Celsius. Racks of servers hum like engines, LEDs blinking in sequences. A single operator sits at a folding desk, hands raised. 2 immigration and customs enforcement agents cuff him, clear the area. Tech teams set up isolation tents, plug in analyzers. The data streams alive, showing feeds from security cameras across multiple states. Massage rooms, alleys, cash counters. One feed shows a location already raided minutes earlier, but still transmitting. It's not recording, it's broadcasting. The network is running a national surveillance grid through the parlors themselves. "How many?" asks Keating. Analyst counts on screen. 128 feeds. The system is a command hub, not a relay. 4:33 a.m. In Houston, a team arrests 2 couriers exiting a spa with suitcases. Inside, ledgers, prepaid debit cards, 3 passports each. Immigration and Customs Enforcement forensic accountant confirms transfers of over $80 million routed through small business accounts. Every withdrawal under 10,000. The word smurfing surfaces, but nobody speaks it aloud. Agents start feeling scale. Every local success expands the scope of the operation. In Chicago, a van speeds away from the raid site at 60 miles per hour, pursued by unmarked units. Inside, 2 suspects dump hard drives out the window into the river. The drives float for seconds before sinking. Too late to recover. 4:40 a.m. back in New York. Command monitors multiple law enforcement channels. Static bursts from encrypted lines. Crosstalk between jurisdictions. Keating orders a comms merge. For 60 seconds, every team's audio overlaps. Shouts, gunmetal clanks, sirens. The city trembles under simultaneous arrests. From drone view, blue lights scatter like tracer fire across the grid. The operation seems flawless. Dozens in custody. Evidence seized, no casualties. Then power in the command tunnel flickers. Uninterruptible power supply backup triggers automatically. Monitors flash, remote access restored. Somewhere, a mirrored server has come online using the captured hardware's own signal. By 4:49, the first Universal Serial Bus clones are flown out via Department of Homeland Security helicopter to a temporary cyber lab in Newark, 12 kilometers east. The rotor noise rattles glass rooftops. Moreno watches them lift off through haze. Wind speed 12 knots, heading north-northeast. Below, agents escort victims into vans, handing out blankets. Across radios, the word "contained" circulates. On surface level, the mission looks complete. Command begins paperwork for federal seizure of assets. No one checks the automated financial relay, now running on silent loop inside Treasury's own monitoring servers. Uploaded from the cloned drives 15 minutes earlier. 5:02. The forensic lab receives the first batch of data. A technician inserts a cloned drive into a secured terminal. The system pings a connection attempt to an external internet protocol labeled diagnostic. It bypasses firewall protocols, initiates outbound handshake. Inside the van, wireless monitors flash red. "It's calling home," someone shouts. The cloned evidence is feeding the same overseas node they tried to isolate. Disconnects happen instantly. Plugs yanked, sparks flying again. The network dies mid-transfer. silence. For a moment, everything feels stable. The illusion of control settles. 5:07 a.m. In the tunnel, agents uncover another sealed chamber. Dimensions 12 by 5 meters. Inside are stacked safes, unmarked bills, gold bars, sealed ledgers. Count teams record weights. Approximately 90 million in physical currency. Immigration and Customs Enforcement field accountants tag bundles by sequence numbers, half-match deposits from legitimate United States small businesses. The scene looks surgical, almost satisfying. Moreno walks between pallets, flashlight beams slicing through dust. The numbers feel unreal. The task force commander radios Washington. Primary node neutralized. Recommend public statement. 5:12. On the upper street, dawn light hits red lanterns strung between buildings. News vans assemble at perimeters. Camera flashes reflect off wet pavement. Federal agents line up detainees in plastic cuffs, 49 in New York alone. At the same minute in Los Angeles, the same number, 49, appears in arrest logs. Coincidence unsettles the analysts. Pattern repetition again. In Arlington, a network specialist notices the log timestamps align perfectly to the second. The system that mirrored surveillance also mirrored events. Every arrest, every seizure is duplicated in a control schema, still active somewhere offshore. The discovery won't change outcomes on the ground, but it reframes everything. By 5:20, buses pull out toward federal processing centers. In the tunnel, forensics teams bag the last server racks. One screen remains on, running diagnostic code, looping in Mandarin numerals. A junior agent points at a counter still climbing. "Is it downloading?" he asks. Tech says no. It's counting time since disconnection. Each second logged means another backup exists elsewhere. The higher the number, the farther the delay before total blackout. At 5:23, the counter stops at 213 seconds. That's the window they were late. 5:26. Simultaneous confirmation comes from Department of Homeland Security Cyber Command. Offshore data transfer terminated in Macau. 6 terabytes moved. Keating stares at the monitor, says nothing. On paper, they've achieved full success. 137 arrests nationwide. Nearly 100 million seized, 80 rescued victims. But the core dataset, the command ledger, is gone. Orders shift to damage control. Seal the tunnels. Transport the detainees. Secure the money. Everything visible is locked down, photographed, documented. Everything invisible is already history. 5:30 a.m. Outside, Chinatown begins waking. Market vendors roll carts through damp alleys, unaware the largest trafficking takedown in state history concluded beneath their feet minutes earlier. The agents disperse quietly. Helicopters lift from rooftops, rotor wash scattering paper lanterns into the air. Wind speed picks up to 15 knots, bearing east. On comms, final transmission. Operation Red Lantern concluded. All units return. Static answers back, faint but steady. Somewhere beyond range, a last data packet leaves U.S. soil. In the federal warehouse on Pier 36, pallets of seized currency are stacked under halogen light. Each is tagged with barcodes, photographed from multiple angles, serials logged. Immigration and Customs Enforcement accountants run parallel counts. 3-point verification, total consistent, 90 million confirmed. The sound of counting machines fills the space, mechanical and endless. Agents strip gear, check rifles back into racks. A television in the corner shows morning traffic updates, unaware of the night's events. At 5:46, Moreno steps outside, the sun rising pale over the East River. She keys her mic for a final report. Primary networks neutralized. Secondary traces remain unconfirmed. Her voice sounds flat. Across the comms net, units report the same phrase from every city. Houston, Chicago, Los Angeles. The identical wording triggers a shiver through the line. The operation may be complete, but its language still echoes the system they fought. Every team reading from the same script, unaware who first wrote it. 6:00 a.m. The convoy of armored vans departs Chinatown under escort. Streets are clear. Distance to holding facility, 6 kilometers. Each van's global positioning system shows route deviations within 1 meter of plan. Efficiency looks perfect. Inside the lead vehicle, Moreno reviews the evidence manifest. 3 drives, 2 ledgers, sealed cache. A stray glance at her screen shows a digital clock ticking 1 second faster than real time. She corrects it, but the drift returns. Signal trace from internal global positioning system remains offset by that same second. The network, or a copy of it, may still be listening. By 6:15, Federal Headquarters releases official numbers. Press lines record statements. Coordinated effort between Federal Bureau of Investigation, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and Department of Homeland Security dismantled a major human trafficking ring operating through massage parlors in 5 states. Phrases like decisive action and unprecedented scale repeat across channels. Cameras show piles of seized cash, agents carrying boxes marked evidence into trucks. From the outside, the picture is perfect. Dawn victory, flawless coordination, national triumph. Inside the data lab, a single monitor stays powered for post-operation analysis. Technicians replay captured surveillance footage for verification. Frame by frame, they note synchronized timestamps. Every room camera showing the same second zeroed at the moment of breach. In one frame, far background, a small LED indicator on a server cabinet blinks once more after power cut. Timecode for 0614. 1 frame later, darkness. But the LED's reflection appears on another feed 2 cities away. Same timecode, same blink. 6:22 a.m. Rain begins falling over Canal Street, slow and steady. Cleanup crews wash away debris, collecting broken glass and spent flashbang casings. The storefronts remain sealed behind caution tape, their signs flickering faintly through mist. A single red lantern swings above the Harmony Spa doorway, wind-driven, still burning. The color cuts through gray daylight, steady and precise. Agents walk past without looking up. Their radios crackle with final sign-offs, all frequencies closing. At 6:30, Federal convoy reaches the processing center. Detainees moved inside under bright floodlights, chains clinking on concrete. Cargo manifest signed, currency locked in vaults. Outside, the air smells of rain and diesel. The last helicopter departs, altitude rising through low cloud to 600 feet, heading east toward base. From above, Chinatown is just a wet mosaic of rooftops, steam drifting from vents. The camera in the helicopter belly pans down automatically, recording the extraction. The feed transmits to the same Arlington command room that started the night. Operators log footage, secure systems, power down screens one by one. 6:37 a.m. Final report printed. Operation Red Lantern. Completed. Total arrests 247. Victims rescued 82. Assets seized 93 million United States dollars. Data exfiltration 6 terabytes to unknown offshore node. Status closed. The printer hums, cuts paper. The sheet curls slightly at the edge from heat. In the silence, the wall monitor blinks once, no signal input. Then a new line of code appears across the lower display. Mirror connection lost. The cursor blinks twice, steady, waiting. The room stays quiet. The cursor keeps pulsing, 1 beat per second, precise as a metronome.